And welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Hey, what's going on, Nelson?
I'm doing a podcast today.
Oh, on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
This is usual.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We tried to do one
We did.
yesterday, and the podcast gods were not happy.
We had not sacrificed enough to the podcast gods.
Yes.
By sacrificed enough, I mean money. Because it seems every time there's something wrong, we just have to buy new things and spend more money.
I murdered a cow.
Oh, jeez.
I thought that's what they wanted. God, it's just money. So here's a confession Cambo and I have.
Yeah.
We've had technical difficulties in the past, especially while being in this apartment. Actually, we had a mixer break. Our audio recording has gone up and down on occasions.
Yeah.
We finally realized. So, like maybe about 2 months ago, I was like, I think it's because we have a moisture problem.
Yeah.
In the apartment.
So our soundboard, for those who want to visualize it, is on a table that is up against a window.
Yeah, so it gets very, very frosty, very watery. And not until yesterday when I was like, I bet you this cable broke because of the moisture again. Cambo came up with the idea to put the mixer on the other side of the table so it was not against the window. So,
For months we've been scratching our head
about
how to stop moisture getting into this thing. And it turns out there's two sides to... Well, there's actually no sides. There's a big circle.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
there's a whole other end of the table we could put the mixer that isn't against a wet, moisture-filled window.
Yes. So we guarantee you no more audio problems.
Yep. And
ever again.
the same day every week this podcast will be released.
Yep. Damn straight. And if there is audio problems, of which there won't be,
Yeah, obviously.
I'll murder 10 cows.
And that's a threat. So
to cows.
I don't know what you guys can do about it, but just know if something goes wrong, cows are going to pay.
Yeah. So I mean, if it gets to like midnight on a Monday, then either come round and try and fix our mixer, or protect the closest cows to you.
Which is interesting because you've been slanting more to a vegan-based diet lately.
Yeah.
Yet it's not an ethical thing. You'll kill a cow for a podcast.
Oh yeah, I'll kill it. My vegen thing isn't an ethical thing either.
No.
It's just like, but yeah, I mean, I'll do it. If the cows don't work, I'll go on to bigger animals. And cows are already pretty big to begin with.
Gonna start, eventually it's going to get to whales.
Yeah. Elephants before that, surely. And then hippos before that. Maybe giraffes somewhere in the middle, just because they got really long necks.
So when you say, because it needs to be like a bell curve of like large, but also like the damage it could do to you as well. So I would say something like a rhino is maybe more dangerous than a giraffe, even though a giraffe is technically bigger.
Okay.
Does the giraffe come before the rhino?
Oh, right. Well, I'll do one giraffe and one rhino at the same time. I think that's how it's easily solved.
This episode has devolved into rubbish much quicker than the average episode. We haven't even
murder.
We haven't even got to the first Reddit topic.
Yeah.
And what are we talking about?
I know. And normally it takes me a while to build up to some sort of villainous activity.
Yes, for those new to the show, Nelson has been deemed the villain of the show.
Yeah. Anyway, well, Camber, what did you get up to this week?
Well, I guess there was something that we both did. You mentioned it just before we started recording.
Yes.
So I would have forgotten to mention it. We went to a wedding. This week.
Well, did we?
Yeah.
Cambo?
We went to certainly a wedding celebration.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a bit of an unusual wedding. Do you want to run through your perspective of said wedding?
Okay. Got to the wedding.
Yep.
Right.
Check. Where was the wedding?
It was at an old cinema.
Yes, like an old Art Deco 1930s theatre.
Correct, Monday. We were in the foyer, and there was sort of food truck canapé stuff spread around on tables.
Catered by by Rolled.
The
Vietnamese fast food restaurant.
Yeah. That was pretty weird. So, like, instantly food, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. If I go to a wedding or wedding celebration and there's food straight away, big plus already.
Yeah.
Okay. And then shortly afterwards, the groom and bride come downstairs, and I said, "Where's Satan?"
Also, we should point out bride wearing a bright red dress.
Bright red dress. Again, just horrified I was.
You were tutting it out in the corner.
Yeah, that's right. Like, all you people standing here and just thinking this is okay. But I, at the same time, I was stuffing my face with, obviously,
with Vietnamese.
some banh mi. That was pretty good. And then we went into the theater about halfway through, and then a video played. Mm-hmm. And the video showed that the bride and groom had already got married in secret.
Yes.
4 months earlier.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then we went back out, and then there was more food, another plus.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a bit of a party the whole time.
Yeah.
So there was no ceremony at all.
No.
Just a bit of a video that was cool.
Yeah.
And, Cambo, what'd you do? I mean, you did the video.
That's what I was getting to. I thought you meant at the wedding.
No, I just meant like...
I made the video for them. I had known that they were married all these months.
Yeah.
Someone came up to me and they were like, "Oh man, was it hard keeping the secret that they were married?" I was like, "Well, no, because no one asked me about it."
Yeah.
It's not like people were constantly asking me, do you know if Kim and Adrian are married?
Yeah.
So it was really easy.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I thought was really funny was that, so I knew they were doing a video, but I just thought it was a bit of a pre-wedding video. I knew they were doing like questions with their parents and things like that, which they had. And one thing that was like super annoying was when not super annoying, but I came home one day and the bride and groom were here talking to you about said video. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, okay, hey guys, I didn't ask any questions as to why they're here because I just assumed it was about the video, which was not them getting married. And then fast forward to wedding celebration on the weekend, and after the video is shown, they came up to me and they were like, "We can't believe you just didn't even wonder why we were in your house." And it was basically the equivalent of somebody watching you solve a puzzle that they've done before and they know the answer, and so they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you haven't got it already." I was like, I had no reason to be like, "Oh wait, why are you here? Oh my god, are you married already?" There was no logical connection.
It'd be like, say I said to you, "Have you ever seen The Sixth Sense?" And you're like, "No." I'm like, "Let's watch it together. I've seen it."
Yeah.
And then the whole movie, I'm just looking at you like, "You fucking idiot."
Yeah.
Don't you understand yet?
You don't even know. You don't even know. God, you're so sickening. But anyway, it was I had a good time.
Yeah, I like the idea because they seem pretty against a conventional wedding, and like ceremonies and stuff are really boring, and we don't want to have to do it.
Yeah.
So they just kind of got it over and done with in a video, and then it was just a party from then on. Yeah,
and the best thing was that it was if it's a pro tip for anybody out there that's maybe going to get married. Do this sort of thing where you do it beforehand and film it, because you can cut out all the crappy parts. Like, maybe somebody's mic doesn't work, at a wedding, and you're like, "Oh, I can't hear the celebrant. That's really annoying." Like, no, just film it and edit out the shit bits. Do retakes. Like, that's brilliant.
That's the weird irony is they didn't want a ceremony; they wanted to have to cut it. But in order to do that, we had to do their ceremony so many times. To film it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I would say
for you.
They had far more ceremony time than the average married couple.
Yeah.
In order to save time.
Yeah. Okay, let's do feedback. I appreciated it as somebody that didn't have to go through a lengthy ceremony.
Exactly. I remember asking them. I was like, "What do you think the reaction to this is going to be?" And Kim, the bride, was like, "Oh, like 6 people will think it's pretty cool. Parents will be very confused. Grandparents will be very confused.
Yeah. And Satan will show up.
Yeah, and Satan
Which
will
he
show
did,
up.
obviously, but we gave him some popcorn. He was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of wedding talk.
That's wedding talk. If you'd like to write in about your wedding or wedding celebration, you can reach us at readitpodcast
at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Anyway, this show is about Reddit. So
Okay.
For those of you new to the podcast and you're like 8 minutes in and you're like,
What is this? What? They're called Reddit on Reddit. I'm confused.
we're getting there, all right?
All right.
Right now.
Here we go, okay? Just for you guys. They're sitting there tubbing.
We could go on about the wedding, but for you, we're going to go onto Reddit.
I'm always tempted to do it out of spite, you know? Okay, anyway, here we go. This Ask Reddit, not Ask Reddit, this Reddit on Reddit is by Mr. Chief 117. Okay, this was in the subreddit Crazy Ideas.
Okay.
Yeah. Wear an animal costume to work, which you make more realistic every day. Do this for 29 days. On the 30th day, release a real live version of the animal you dressed up as. Kemba, I obviously can't do this because I work with my family. It's just impossible.
No,
right?
it's not impossible.
No, they know what I look like. So in animal forms, it's like
it's an innate ability that most families have.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
You're right. I forgot about that.
yeah.
And if you listen from overseas, maybe it's an Australian thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a cultural thing. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking you do this.
Okay,
as an experiment.
yes.
To see
Now,
if it would work.
okay, there's two ways you can go at this. The easier way that will be the most possible, or the most challenging way, and have to work out how you're going to do it.
Give me both.
Okay, the
I'll
easiest
choose
way
for you.
is obviously monkey, right?
Yeah.
So you can
We're
get a monkey
primates.
suit, and you can get pretty realistic monkey suits, and also a monkey is kind of human-like.
Okay, yeah,
And
that's good. Yeah.
you could say it's reverse evolution or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's true. It's like the first part is hard, just explaining why you're doing it in the first place. Hey guys, for the next 30 days, I'm just going to dress up as an animal. Just
It's
to
going to
let
get
you
more and
know.
more realistic. Just like I let you know in my costume and behavior, specifically towards the end. I'm going to get real monkey-like.
Probably on the last day, in fact.
But the hardest, I think, is something really small like a mouse. Because at some point during those 29 days leading up, you need to lose size.
Yeah.
Because if you just come in one day really small, like, well, that's not Cambo.
He
was regular human size yesterday I grant you, a very realistic mouse costume.
Yeah.
But now he is substantially smaller.
Yes. Well, Cambo, the plus side is you have been going to the gym a lot. So you're well on your way to reducing your size.
I need some kind of gym regime that also not only thins me, but also shortens me.
Yes.
That would be ideal.
You could get surgery.
I was thinking what you could do is have some kind of network of actors that grow younger. So maybe like a 15-year-old after me, a little bit shorter. And then maybe after him, like a 7-year-old, a little bit shorter. And then like a 2-year-old. And then eventually, that's like maybe say, I don't know, a week each.
Yeah.
Until the last day, it's a mouse. A big mouse. The biggest mouse I can find.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually, I really like that idea. Actually. So it's not you. That's ridiculous, obviously. I mean, people would know straight away.
Obviously, yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of actors that look the same.
Yeah.
That's so good, actually.
And I don't have a difficult face to look like.
Yeah. It would be tricky at the very last stage, to be like, because even if you've got like toddler baby crawling through the door.
Not good with direction.
When
I'm like, I know you're going in, but I do have a couple of reports.
Like you still need to do work. But Yeah, and then for it to be a mouse, like, do you open the door and you kind of let the mouse in, and everybody's like,
"What are you doing?
What's that?" And you're like, "It's Bill." But
I think you would need to let the mouse in.
yeah, that's right. You let it in and explain to
No,
him.
I'm saying if it was me, you would need to let the mouse in.
I would need to.
Yeah, because otherwise they would see me.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be like, I'd walk in and I'd be like, "Hey guys, as you know, Cambo's been going through his transformation. People are going to need to open doors for him."
Yeah.
Also, he likes cheese.
Do not kill him. I repeat, do not kill him.
Yeah. He's a very slow typer at the moment. Okay, I think let's do this idea, but scrap the animal thing.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. Okay. But then we just have, somebody that gets progressively younger.
Right.
And you try and see how young you can get them before people are like, okay, this isn't the same person. I reckon you'd be able to pull that off. Well, I don't know. You have to get a lot of actors that look pretty similar.
They have to look very similar, and they have to be very gradually younger.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, you need like 29 actors, and each day they're younger.
Yeah. I think that's good. But like you said, you could do it over like maybe a few weeks as well. You know, different actor every week.
Right.
But then again, the sucky thing would be that they have to like remember what they learned that entire week and then tell that person.
We need to have a debrief every week.
Yeah.
Where all of the actors sit together.
Yeah.
And then
like,
whoever's turn it
happened.
was like, okay,
Yeah.
what are the water cooler moments that happened at work?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Jenny thinks Ben is hot.
Yeah.
Right? But everybody else thinks that's crazy because Ben's got this weird nose, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you've got a crush on Lisa. I should tell you.
Yeah. I just thought we should have a backstory. So I made it complicated for everybody. I think it's a great idea.
I think so, too.
And you should implement that.
I don't know
Again,
why it was under crazy ideas. It should be under very good ideas.
Very normal ideas. Okay. Okay, but let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by 2001 Tabs. And I put this one in here because I just really liked it.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I don't know why exactly, but
Is it going to be a dead end for content, though?
Possibly.
No, right. Sorry. As long as you want
but I'm
this, it's
hoping
fine.
people will just like it anyway as a thing.
Yep.
Today I learned in 1988, Israel Kamakawiwo Ole called a studio at 3 a.m. and asked if he could record because he had a good idea. The studio owner said yes, even though he had already closed the studio. 15 minutes later, he recorded Israel playing his ukulele and recorded Over the Rainbow in one take.
Yes, yeah. So this is, in fact, to bring it back to wedding talk earlier,
Oh.
it was the only name in a music trivia round that people couldn't get.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. Because it's quite a long name.
Oh.
The last name's got like 20 letters or something, kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Kawakawiwo Ale.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like a really sort of charming thing.
It's such an earnest thing, isn't it?
I think partly because of the song as well.
Yeah.
And the guy is I saw a picture and I instantly assumed it was him, but I don't know.
He's a larger guy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. I wasn't just being, I don't know, like racist or something. But he's like a larger Hawaiian guy.
Yeah.
And I just love the idea that he was like, I've got this beautiful song that I need to record right now at 3 a.m. So I'm going to call this guy. And for the studio guy, just be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And like, I could just imagine, right, being that studio, the guy who owns the studio, being like, okay, I'll let this guy in. He comes in, records it, and just being like, holy shit, that was the best. That was the most amazing, beautiful song ever.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm like here doing, like listening to this.
And by all reports, because he's now passed away, by all reports, he was like just like a really gentle, nice guy.
Yeah.
And you could imagine just like it's so sweet and earnest.
Yeah.
He's probably very polite on the phone. And it was like, oh, yeah, I just have this good idea. Would you mind? You know?
Yeah.
And then it just turns into that, which is such a like an iconic song now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's one of those rare things, and I always feel bad for saying this, when someone's voice doesn't necessarily match what you expect.
Yeah, yep.
Because he's got such a soft, kind of like sweet, soulful voice, but he's obviously quite a large guy. You'd imagine to be a little deeper, or, you know.
Yeah.
Even a few years ago, there was a cover of Hey Ya by Outkast by a guy called Obadiah Parker. And it's this beautiful, sweet version of Hey Ya that got played around on the radio a fair bit.
Yeah.
But to look at the guy, he looks like Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
Yeah,
like
okay.
you see him like, oh, like I feel biased now, but that wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting something completely different for some reason.
Yeah.
Because the voice was so soft and so soothing. I always found that interesting.
It's actually like, didn't Rowan ask this question a little while ago about judging people by the cover or something along those lines, I think. And music is almost like a really good way, I think, to like interpret someone, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like after they, you know, you can hear them talk and see their appearance and you get a certain impression. But then if you see that person like sing or something, just feel like it gives it tells you who they really are.
In a way, this is what makes The Voice the best show on television.
Yeah, it does actually. Just so brilliant, that show. Anyway, I didn't really have much more to say about that. I just thought it was like a nice, charming thing. This big dude doing a beautiful song at 3 a.m. in the morning. Anyway, okay, here's another one for you. I'm hoping we haven't done this one before. Disclaimer. It's always a good start. This is by Alec25. Today I learned Liam Neeson was once a school teacher, but got fired because a student pulled a knife on him and Neeson punched him.
This is hard because I have heard that.
I know.
I don't know if I've heard it here.
If we've done it on the podcast before.
Shut up. Maybe we have new points to make.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. We certainly don't remember the old points we had that we made. Well, this actually initially reminded me of a school event that happened to me.
Yeah.
Which was it didn't really happen to me. It was just one day there was a school chair that was out on top of like a roof.
Right.
And the roof kind of like led to the second story to a second story window.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And so everybody, there was like this rumor going around school, like, what the hell? Why is there just a chair there? And it was there for like ages.
Right.
God knows why it would just left out
like
there.
Weeks or months? Or?
I want to say months.
Months, okay.
Yeah. And then it turns out that the story was there was a teacher that just got so angry at a student that like got them off their chair, opened the window, and then threw the chair out the window and closed it there. And I imagine he then told all the other teachers, leave that there as a message.
Kind of like how they used to string pirates up.
Yeah.
As a message to other pirates.
Yeah.
Anyone thinking about messing around with their chairs, they would see the chair on the roof as an example.
Exactly. That was the case.
That's a weird punishment.
Yeah, it was kind of like, well, that's school property. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the kid wasn't like, oh no, not my chair.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not like something that the kid holds near and dear.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of a necessity. So eventually he will have had to get that student another chair.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good question.
Every class afterwards that kid isn't in, there would be one chair short.
One less chair. That's true. I'm not sure if they replaced the chair or not.
Yeah.
Or whether there was just like a...
Where did you hear this story?
I
saw the
chair myself.
But where did you hear the story that it was a teacher that had thrown the chair?
It was so long ago.
But wasn't an urban legend around the school?
I can't tell you factual details. But there was a chair on the roof. I mean, how else do you you would just be annoyed though, right? That if this teacher was fired.
Yeah.
And then you heard the story about Liam Neeson getting fired because he punched a kid. You'd be like, oh, I should have done that. What did you get fired for? Oh, I threw a chair out the window. Oh, okay.
I punched a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it hold you back? No, I'm really famous now. Yeah. I'm very, very rich.
Yeah. I've made a lot of movies.
In fact, I punch a lot of people now for a lot of money.
It's kind of my trope. But yeah, I thought it's pretty good. It definitely suits Liam Neeson, for sure.
Well, but not back when I presume this happened, because Liam Neeson for a long time before Taken was quite a serious, like, dramatic actor.
Yeah.
Like, he was in, like, Schindler's List, and he was in a really bad version of Les Mis. And, he was in, like, kind of prestige drama movies. Oh. So it would be weird for an actor like that. I'm trying to think who the equivalent would be. Who's maybe like a Leonardo DiCaprio, I guess, to have punched a kid.
Yeah.
That seems weirder.
Yeah, that's true.
So it only makes sense in hindsight now that he's become an action star at, like, 50.
Do you reckon maybe he was going for the role of, like, Taken? And they were like, oh, you've done Schindler's List and stuff. Like, we're not really sure. And he's like, I punched a kid.
Yeah, possibly.
Might not even be a real story.
Yeah.
He's just like, I need to show I'm tough. I punched a kid. Yeah. And I'm like, what, you punched a kid? And he's like, oh, crap, I'm going to need to have context about this one. Otherwise, that's not going to make much sense.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe Liam Neeson's whole career was a big lie.
Big bloody fat lie, I say. All right. Fine.
Hopefully, wouldn't it be weird if that's exactly what we said last time? That whole conversation about the chair on the roof.
I don't think we did. I feel like I've been keeping that chair on the roof story to myself.
Just for such an occasion.
Just for an occasion where we might have repeated ourselves. I was like, I'll bust out this one. I had a lot of situations where that story was going to come up. I'll do another one, quick one here, Cambo. This is by Rivers Forever. Today I learned the word hello became popular after Thomas Edison suggested its use when answering the phone. Alexander Graham Bell, his competitor, preferred ahoy.
And hello, I mean, I'm probably very wrong, but it was like invented for that very purpose.
Right.
It like wasn't like a common word that people would say. So, I even think it's. Okay, this is where I'm getting confused. I don't know whether it didn't exist prior, or whether it was a translation of something that was kind of incorrect prior. But essentially, before the telephone, hello wasn't really
used. So do you reckon ahoy was the same thing? That it was not, perhaps not a...
yeah, possibly. Possibly.
And then you divided the country into hello people and ahoy people.
Well, in fact, on their radio show way back when, Hamish and Andy used to...
I thought you were talking about Thomas Edison. I was like, really?
Yeah, he was the first guy.
He had a radio show with Alexander Bell. And they would just argue about little things like this.
Hamish and Andy encouraged people when they called in to say ahoy.
Yeah.
Because they were saying that was the inventor's preferred telephonic greeting.
Okay.
So now when people call in, they say ahoy, which is the preferred telephonic greeting of their show.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I thought that was like... I would be so pissed if I created something like the telephone and I was like, oh my God, we need to have a phrase when people pick up because otherwise it just makes sense. And then some other guy came in with like, this is what we should do. Don't you reckon that's just so like...
But knowing Thomas Edison, that was very much his style.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good invention. I'll put my name all over it and change it a lot.
He was a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Okay, well, if you use the word hello ever again, you're an asshole.
Yeah, be a purist.
No, that much. Ahoy or Cambo, now's our chance to make a new greeting.
Oh, but you say hello at the top of every show.
Hello. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you're going to do it with ahoy?
Okay. Ahoy. hello, yeah, and welcome.
Yeah, it works.
So it works. I'd like to do our own one.
What would people prefer of those two, though? Would they prefer Nelson to do his now trademark elongated hello?
Yeah.
Or would they prefer, in honor of this, and to honor the man that invented the telephone, should he change it to ahoy?
Or hello.
Because we already have read you later.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Which is our goodbye.
That was original.
Yep.
Because it doesn't make sense. Okay. No, I think we need a new word altogether.
Okay.
So, a word that's just fun to say.
Okay.
You know? Mm-hmm. Because hello and ahoy is just sort of obligatory.
Right.
Actually, ahoy is like not a bad word to say. You know,
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but a second fun word to say.
Okay.
Cambo, ready? Go.
Lillop.
Lillop. I can't like introduce that.
Yeah,
at the start
okay,
of the
yeah.
show,
It doesn't have enough. It needs like an upwards inflection.
Yeah.
Lillop ends with like a.
Yeah. Okay.
Your turn.
Okay.
No, Nelson.
Just like
Nelson, this is the hot content that people tune into this show for.
Flu.
Flu.
It sounds like flu.
Yeah, which I kind of have at the moment, so I find that offensive.
Okay. Gullaloo.
It's very simple.
I like the ooh sound.
Right.
Gullaloo.
Okay.
Sounds like native or something.
That's just blatantly offensive.
I didn't say which nation.
All right, Gillaloo.
I don't like that either.
You know what? I think
Friggity pop.
this is a democratic show.
Okay.
I think we should put it to the people.
Okay.
What bullshit word do you want to make up? And maybe we'll test some in the starting of shows.
Or we could just settle with flubbung pop. I
Is
enjoyed
that one
pop
word?
at the end again. Or just flugum.
Flog 'em.
Nah, that's kind of like... Anyway, you know what? I'm going to work on it.
Okay.
I'm also going to write in with various responses. Next week,
What was mine?
we'll just run through them. Lillop.
Lillop, yeah. So far, that's the front runner, very sadly.
I know. Yeah, okay.
If you can beat Lillop, and I would be very surprised if you could. It's very good.
I should do the classic couch shoe.
Couch shoe, yeah.
Table low. Cherry. Okay. Anyway, all right.
Now you're just making noise.
Let's go into Showerthoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Galapas. Galapas.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's better than any of the other ones I have. Okay. George R.R. Martin probably gets a ton of mail from dying people wanting to know how the story ends before they pass away. George R.R. Martin being the author of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
For those who don't know.
Yeah.
That's true. Do you would you think that he would do it? Would you do it if you were this author of something super famous? Somebody's like, "Hey, I'm dying. I just want to know what happens at the end."
It's a toughie, isn't it?
Yeah. Because you don't want it to leak at all ever.
Yeah, and it'd also be weird to be like, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove your mortality is, coming to an end.
That's true. Okay.
Because people would fake it to know.
This is me. Yeah, I write in. I say, George, I'm dying.
Yep.
And he writes back, of what and when, and send me the paperwork. And then I write back, aren't we all dying?
Hey, and he's like, very good.
No.
Not you, specifically.
That's true, because at what point do you draw the line?
Yeah.
If he's like, somebody writes in, they're like, I've got brain cancer.
Uh-huh.
I could die between now and 10 years' time. Still perhaps a shorter lifespan, but he might be like, oh, it might be out by then. But then also you might die much sooner. So that's a tricky one.
The good thing is, in this situation, he has the ability to pass the buck a little. Because he has reportedly told the two guys that run the show, Game of Thrones, Benioff and Weiss, he's told them the ending.
Yeah.
Almost as an insurance, I guess, because he's a little older.
Yeah.
And he's in not the greatest health as well. So maybe you can even just say that. Like, I'm dying too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just an old guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you sympathize with him.
But he could just be like, oh, look, I've already told someone, but maybe ask them. And then the pressure's on them.
Oh, okay. So he just, he just passes it along I don't want to deal with this pressure.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I wonder whether he just makes up a different story for everybody else. Because he can't be bothered working out, like, everybody's...
I have a theory.
Okay.
Do you think he doesn't know how to end it? So he pitches endings to dying fans. And the reaction back steers him in the direction that he thinks people might like.
Okay.
Because he might go, I don't know, Joffrey comes back from the dead and wins, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" He's like,
"Oh
no, just kidding." He scratches it off the board,
and he's like, "Whatever, they'll die anyway." So. I am the villain of the show. So just have to keep solidifying that every now and again. That's good. And in fact, if they didn't write back, perhaps the best ending. You know. If you got somebody with like heart problems, perhaps, and you're like, and if you heard a report back, they're like, they were reading what you wrote back, and then you'd be like, well, that's the ending I'm going with.
Do you
obviously.
think that would get him out of it? Someone said, I've got this very severe heart condition. Can I know how Game of Thrones ends? And he could say, no. It's actually so shocking that it would definitely kill you.
Yeah.
But one thing is to note, I know what it is. And I haven't figured it out.
Bloody got it.
What do you think happens in the end?
Yeah.
That's what I'm very interested in.
And I might just tell you whether you're right or wrong.
Let me get a pen and paper.
Yeah.
Go.
But I was thinking, as this show is not making any money, this is our opportunity. Okay.
Yeah. Try and get the ending of Game of Thrones.
We get the ending of Game of Thrones by pretending that we're dying.
Catfish George R.R. Martin
first.
as a dying person.
I think first we try to see if it's legitimate. Like we just get some official doctor checkups.
Yeah.
And just ask how long have we got to live, and hopefully it's a short period of time.
Yeah. Oh, please. Oh God, please. Yeah.
I mean. Hopefully only one of us.
Yeah.
It would suck if both of us were
would that up the pressure on him?
Oh, that's true. Both of it. Yeah. We could create a syndicate of dying people. Okay. So we do this, and in some way or another, we convince him that we're dying.
Yeah.
And we get the ending. And then I think this is the best way to make money from it.
Yeah.
We go to fans of the show, and hopefully we've got a picture with him at some point.
Sure.
Along this journey.
Yeah.
And we show them the picture.
Right.
And we say, we know the ending.
Yeah.
Give us $20. We'll tell you.
So it's a blackmail to
it's a blackmail thing. Yeah. It's not like I don't want to sell it to like a media outlet.
Yeah.
I want like diehard fans to pay not to do it, because I think that'd be far easier to get money.
I've got a good idea to get a whole bunch of money all at once.
Yeah.
We put on a fan convention and get them all into a single room and then lock the doors.
Okay.
And said, we know the ending.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell everyone here unless each of you comes up and gives us $20.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. And I like the $20 part, because it's reasonable.
Yeah. It's the price of one of the books.
Yeah. The problem is, costs a lot to put on a convention.
But hopefully we'll make that money back.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we broke even. Great.
We're up to $200, Nelson. That's clear profit.
Yeah. We'll put it towards our next convention. And we just travel the world putting on conventions, getting every fan.
Or is it the double sing? Do we make them pay to get into the convention and then make them pay at the convention?
Okay. They pay to get into the convention.
To cover
and
costs.
it's just one massitive room.
Yeah.
And
the
then they're
people
like, what's going on here?
Didn't
There
you
is
say some of the actors are
literally
going to be
nothing.
here?
Like, yeah. We just have to wait for everybody to get here first.
We need
to sit down
We can't
on the ground
explain,
patiently.
but we need as many people in this room as possible before we begin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Solid plan.
Yeah.
Solid plan.
That's good.
Okay.
Anyway, in other news, we have an upcoming Game of Thrones convention. If you're interested in coming on down, it'd be a good time.
Yeah. Also, if you know someone that's dying, I feel really bad that I said that, actually.
No, you're the villain.
I am the villain of the show. Okay, here's another one. This is 4OT7. Having someone set as your phone background is a modern day equivalent of having a locker with someone's picture in it. What's the background of your phone, Cambo?
Good question.
And if it's not me,
it is some kind of galaxy.
oh, does no one love you?
No, I've told you this many times.
So good.
What's the background of your phone?
It's my niece and nephew. Problem is, I've got 2 nephews. So
You can have a double-sided locket.
no, but
Oh, you've got 3.
yeah, I've got 3 altogether.
Right, and you've chosen
2
2.
nephews, 1 niece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to choose.
okay.
Between them.
Which just between you and me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll stop recording.
Yeah.
Which one is the one that's missing?
It's Mason is missing.
Because do you like him less? Or?
Obviously.
Okay, cool. We'll start recording.
He's not, okay.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was actually, do you know what? I do find it kind of a bit awkward sometimes when I'll go. Like the other day, I was at an esport function trying to, make some connections within the industry.
Yeah.
And at one point, I got out my phone, and then on the background is like these kids.
Yeah. So it looks like your kids.
Well, it kind of looks like my kids.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird because then if they ask, I have to be like,
No, they're not my kids.
No, that's not my kids. It's my niece and nephew. And then I just feel like it's kind of a little bit weird. You know?
You know what's not weird? A galaxy.
That's not
Everyone
weird.
loves a galaxy.
Everybody loves a galaxy.
Yeah.
Because we're sort of in that galaxy.
Possibly. I don't know which one it
Probably
is.
not that one. It's probably taken from Earth outward. But
It could be a massive selfie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a long selfie stick.
Yeah.
Okay. This leads me to my next question.
Sure.
What is the optimal thing? If not a galaxy, what's the optimal background image?
That's not a galaxy, but not a person?
I don't know. It could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
How long is a piece of string?
Could be Liam Neeson punching a kid.
That is good. No, you've done it. Yeah.
It's good conversation starter. What's that? Oh, it's Liam Neeson punching a kid.
Liam Neeson punching that kid, and you can be like, fun fact.
Yes.
Fun fact about Liam Neeson.
Yep.
Here's a conversation starter for you.
Yeah. And they'd be like, how'd you get that photo? I said, I paid a kid to annoy Liam Neeson while I was in the bushes with my camera out.
I'm not weird.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one.
Okay.
Okay, sure. This is by Dre Prest. The goal of good parenting isn't happy kids. That's just an occasional side effect. The point is to eventually have happy adults.
I guess. I don't know much about parenting, so.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know you're not a parent.
I mean, I
But
guess,
like-
but that doesn't mean they can't be happy.
I think the point is...
But is that suggesting that kids that are always happy will always turn out not to be happy adults?
No, that's not what it's saying.
Okay.
'Cause
it better not be, Nelson. That's all I'm saying.
It does say...
Is occasional
that's just
side
an
effect.
occasional side effect.
But
right?
they're saying that kids that are always happy then, not just occasionally, will always turn out to be pricks.
Do you know what? I would almost agree with that. Yeah, actually, if if we're talking like all the time, like 100% of their childhood, if they're happy, I think. I mean, that's impossible because I've got nieces and nephews. And let me tell you, Mason, he cries the most.
All right, we'll start recording.
But I think...
and did your family listen to the show?
I think my brother might. It's not his kids.
Okay,
that's
sweet. Real good.
Oh, no, actually, my sister sometimes listens to it. No. Anyway, the point is that I think that some kids are never told no. And I feel like we're in this age of don't tell your kids no, right? Because then, so the idea is like, I don't know, they go and they start, like I know a kid he like pinches and pushes people because he just doesn't get enough attention, essentially. But he never gets told no. And so he's kind of like happy in that moment. But I'm like, you're going to grow up to be a massive asshole. Okay, it's going to ruin your adult life.
I understand. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, sure, why not?
Sure.
I don't know enough about parenting to disagree or agree.
We have so many opinions on parenting.
All right, parents, listen up. Nelson and I have some opinions on what you do. Point one, it's not that hard.
If they do something naughty, then you put them in the timeout corner. Yep. Standard, right? Mm-hmm. Check. That's exactly what you do every time.
Yeah, no matter what.
I've got many theoretical kids in my head that were perfectly turned into happy adults because of this rule. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. Oh, let's move into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Jojo Inc. Joju Inc. 90.
Yeah, cool.
The year is 2038.
Yep.
Hollywood has ran out of ideas and decides to reboot Forrest Gump. What events from our recent history is Forrest responsible for?
Oh, okay. Well, when did Forrest come out? In the 90s. So it'd be from the 90s onwards, like 94, I think it was.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's been ages since I've watched Forrest Gump. And in fact, I don't even think I've seen it in its entirety from start to finish.
Yeah, the big controversy for Forrest Gump for the people, the film lovers, is that it's a little bit hated because that was the movie that beat The Shawshank Redemption for every Academy Award.
Yes.
It was nominated in the same category a lot, and it won each of the awards that Shawshank was.
I mean, Shawshank flopped there as well. It did, yeah. At the cinema.
But and then there's this is not the point, but there's a theory that David Fincher has, who's the guy that directed Fight Club,
right?
And I agree with. He says the Best Picture Oscar should be awarded 10 years later, because after 10 years you can kind of see which one was maybe the clear, more relevant film in like culture.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be just named something different. I think it should be,
this one's good.
I think it'd be like the Decade Award.
But yeah, so like, you know, like there's examples
good point,
examples of like in 2006, I think the movie that won
the Timeless Award. Sorry, I was listening to what you were saying, but
in 2006 the movie Crash won Best Picture.
Right.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
But of all the movies, like $1 Million Baby and all kinds of movies came out that year.
Right.
Like, I don't know if that's true.
But the point is, give me something else though. Because like Crash is pretty good. So.
Yeah, God. I know it. Okay. All right.
I mean, it's a bad example to not have a runner-up that I would assume is better. Okay. You've led with a bad story.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm normally the picture, like the movie guy. Munich, Brokeback Mountain. Both very good films.
I would say Brokeback Mountain. Actually, I didn't see Munich. So Crash was obviously the leader.
Anyway, fair enough.
Anyway, the first example was fine enough. Forrest Gump and Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
you should just stuck with that one.
Anyway, what events in history would Forrest Gump?
Oh yeah, there's a question to this.
Interfered with.
Okay,
would it be Forrest Gump Jr.? Remember, he has a kid at the end of the movie, played by Haley Joel Osment.
Oh yes,
and he's not doing anything, so he can be in a film.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. So, from 94
Yep.
to present,
Onwards.
because does he need to cause them? Because the biggest event in that time was September 11.
Well,
And if
This is what
Forrest
I'm
Gump
thinking.
caused September 11, that's...
I'm thinking there is. I mean, as we've seen the movie genre progress, everything's got a little bit darker, a little bit more gritty. You look at the superhero films,
Sure.
you know, Christopher Nolan's Batman is one that sticks out. I think that's maybe where this Forrest Gump goes.
Okay.
you know?
Maybe on...
You just see him at an airport. He's got like a security job. And some guy's like, "Hey, can I go through here?" And
Yeah,
he's like,
sure.
"All right."
But maybe also, because he kind of fumbles through life, maybe he's the one that accidentally shoots Osama bin Laden in that SEAL Team 6 operation.
He just accidentally.
Yeah.
It's like, how is he on the team as well? Because
He was in the Vietnam War, remember?
Yeah,
He was going through the jungle, so maybe he joins SEAL Team 6.
So,
And he's
okay.
wandering through the house, and he drops his gun, and it goes off, and then someone falls over, and someone's like, "Oh my God, that was Osama bin Laden."
Okay, yeah. You could do that. Okay, that's good. I mean, I still like the idea that he
He
the
caused
cause of
September
all
11.
all of bad things. Okay, September and. This is my main reason why.
Yeah.
It's because the movie Forrest Gump is so unbelievable. Like nobody can get that lucky
Right.
with everything. I mean, I don't think it's trying to say that you have to be lucky, and it's more about personality and stuff. But regardless of that,
What if
I think it's unrealistic that somebody who had that much success.
Forrest Gump was responsible for... Remember a couple of years ago, all those celebrities had their nude photos leaked?
Oh yeah,
What if Forrest Gump was behind that?
yeah. That would be good. Yeah, I like that. Or like Steve Jobs' death. They have some some health problems,
Yeah.
and you just see there's just like a scene where he's just like, I don't know, pouring chemicals into
Yeah.
an air conditioner or something.
What if he was
in the-
like-
in the Apple offices?
What if he was like...
Because Forrest Gump bought shares in
He
Apple.
did! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God. What if he was like, "Hey, Steve Irwin, look at that stingray over there."
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He is a mass
He's-
murderer.
Yeah.
In this film, in the
incidental
sequel. Yeah.
mass murderer. I'd watch that.
I mean, thousands of people in one with that September 11 attack.
Yeah,
You
yeah, that's awkward. Anyway, he's not
There's
aggressive.
our plans for the very dark sequel to Forrest Gump.
That's true. Like, what else has really happened? Oh, you know what? If it was a good thing, it'd be something to do with Bitcoin.
Right.
He would have been invested in Bitcoin.
Yeah. When it was like $2 a coin or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like a millionaire.
And like betting sites.
Yeah, he would have started Ladbrokes.
Yeah, I reckon. Okay. Here's another one. Okay, I like this one. This is by Mavro Panos 27. Do you know, since the question earlier, I've been reading people's names and be like, could that be a greeting? Mavro. Nah, never mind. Okay. If you could add the number 0 to the end of any total in your life, in brackets, bank account, life expectancy, etc.,
Yeah.
what would you choose and why?
Ooh, okay. You know, it'd be a good useless point of it is to add it to the start of something. Like you can add a 0 to anything in your life. You're like, oh, add it to the start of my age. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you're still 27.
Yeah, you've missed the point
Yeah.
of this.
What would I add it to? I don't know. Probably, yeah.
Girls I've slept with be in the double digits.
20. Probably, at this point, probably my bank account. But that doesn't up it by that much.
Yeah, same here. That's why I feel like I should add it to something else,
Yeah.
because
Like,
I mean, it'd be nice.
If I had, say, $300,000 and
Yeah.
I could add a 0, that's a substantial growth of my
Yeah.
net worth. But if I have $500, say, and I add a 0, that's $5,000, which is not nothing.
Yeah.
But it's not like I can be like, well,
Yeah.
I've made it now. You know?
Yeah, it's a really disappointing one. See, like, I think that's like, age expectancy is maybe good, because then you can earn more money. That's crap reason.
But say your age expectancy. So say I was meant to die at 88. I don't know if I want to live for 880 years.
Actually, yeah, that's true. I don't know why, but for some reason I just kind of thought that it would be shorter. You could be like 200 years, but then your life expectancy would have to be 20. I don't know why I thought about it in such a weird way that, yeah, that sucks. Oh, man, imagine if you lived over 100 and you had done this deal already.
Because your body would still deteriorate.
Cambo, we've gone over this many times, okay? In the reality where people live to well beyond human life expectancy, they don't age, okay? Yeah. It's just, I thought that was canon here, you know? And
I think
we just know that now.
I think Tom Cruise is living in that reality now.
Yeah.
Because dude is 56, and he looks better than me. He looks younger than me.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That's true. I think it's surgery.
Yeah, bro.
I'm going to put it out there.
Or Scientology. One of the two.
Well, yeah, it could be Scientology, you know? I would put a 0 at the end of... I don't know.
Maybe listens to the show.
Ooh, double digits.
20.
Yeah.
Same joke still works.
Yeah, that could be good because then we've got, exponential growth theoretically.
What
if you add extra people
I've got
on?
it. You add your 0 to the number of listeners, then I'll add my 0 to the number of listeners.
Oh,
we are huge.
Yeah, Jesus. All right, we'll just do that, I guess.
Yep, cool.
That's easy. Right. Well, Cambo, that's it for Ask Reddit.
Okay, on to our favourite segment of the week.
Yes. This segment is where we ask 36 questions to make you like us. We found a study in which we asked 36 questions to make you love us. You now love us. We want you to like us. We're up to question 28. That was the best intro.
Yeah, thank you.
From you, not from me.
That.
You did a very good boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it was good. Okay.
Same every week.
Yeah, same every week. Okay, this one is, do you prefer digital watches or clocks? Or the ones with hands? Why?
What a dumb question. Digital, I guess.
Okay.
I like that at a glance it's just quicker to tell.
Yeah.
That being
I
said,
don't know.
I think all of the watch faces I have on my watch, even currently and previously, were all hands. So,
Okay.
I'm a big hypocrite.
You're
I did for years.
bloody
The watch
liar.
face on my watch was Mickey Mouse with his hands.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I think I like pens. I think it kind of looks cooler.
Yeah.
There's some cool designs that you can get out of that. But you can't get like a cool design out of digital, I reckon.
For functionality, I like digital because you can glance very quickly and get the time.
And often when you're looking at the time, you only want to glance quickly.
You don't want to study.
Yeah.
But for fashion, give me hands.
Okay.
That's what I say.
Okay.
And I will never change.
Okay. Good.
What question was that?
28.
Still 70 to go. Okay.
Not that much more.
More than I would like.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're getting to the real deep ones now.
It's more than one. So.
Getting to the real. This doesn't end with another staring at each other for a couple of minutes, does it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
That was a shit question.
For the segment that we hate.
For the segment that we hate. So now it's time for Ask Me Anything.
Yeah, I haven't pre-read these.
Yep.
Okay, I've got a shorter one here from Rowan, so I'm going to take
It's where listeners of the show can write in and ask us anything.
Yeah. I think people got it from context.
Okay.
Cousin Rowan wrote in, Gentlemen, a donation to the Royal Women's and Children's Hospital is a great choice. That is, he had declared that he was going to donate some money if we made it to 100 episodes.
Yep.
That's where we chose.
Yep.
I must point out the flaw in your logic comparing the value of a human versus a dog, which is something we did do last week.
Yes.
Context isn't necessary. Last donation was for guide dogs, so it's just a question of whether I value women and children over blind people. Let me ask you this, Rowan. Which do you?
Yeah, I mean, you've asked yourself the question, I guess. And did you notice how he dodged the question of does he value the life of a dog over a
Don't think I didn't
human?
notice. But I want to know,
We
Rowan,
see what you did there.
what do you value more, women or children or blind people?
Yeah, you've put it out there.
Yep. Anyway, I've been moving house over the last week and I am utterly exhausted. AMA 50.0.
Should we donate something?
Nah. 50.0. When is the most exhausted you've ever been? Cheers, Cousin Rowan. Most exhausted, Nelson.
The most exhausted I've ever been. It's a tricky question. I think maybe it would have been when I did a. I only vaguely remember doing this, but at one point in my life, I worked at Officeworks.
Yeah.
And I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And Officeworks was going through this refurbishment phase. And so we're doing the whole store and, it was just a lot of work. There was a lot of people. And so, and I was working at Village Cinemas, sorry. It was actually only Village and Officeworks.
Yeah.
So I did a shift at the cinemas. Then I worked in the morning. Then I worked at Officeworks and I did like an overnight shift while we were refurbing the store. And I worked another shift at Village in the morning. So it was like kind of a 24-hour working period in maybe slightly over a 24-hour time. So it's maybe like...
So what hours of sleep were you getting between?
36 hours I might have got... so in 24 hours I might have got 30... I might have worked 24 in 36 hours. No, actually, I think it was less than that. I think I probably only had like 4 hours sleep or something. I remember it being like a really small period of time because it was just from my end of my shift at the overnight to my start of the shift the next morning. I think that was the only time I slept, and I think that was a pretty short period of time.
Yeah. Oh,
so, yeah.
Mine is very similar, actually. I was working at Officeworks in Village Cinemas.
What?
And they were refurbing it.
Okay.
It's like double shift related. I remember one time working at Village, and I had opened a site, which I think is like 8 a.m. kind of start. And then we had received news throughout the day that a staff member from a different site had died.
Oh, shit.
And they needed people to go and cover that site.
Yeah,
because they needed to do the announcement to all the staff.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty heavy thing.
Yeah.
And I spent all day on my shift calling up to try and get people to cover, and no one could do it.
Yeah.
So in the end, I just kind of bit the bullet, and I went from the end of my shift at like 4 or 5 to this other site, and then I also like closed the other site. And so that's, I don't know, I think I worked until about midnight-ish.
Yeah.
Which, again, isn't like 24 hours or anything, but just emotionally...
Yeah.
That was a heavy day, and I remember getting home, and I just slept for about 13, 14 hours after that.
Yeah, right.
I just remember, I was just burnt. I was so burnt out that night.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where there's nothing you can do. Yeah. And I know it's kind of white knighting myself to be like, oh, no, good. That wasn't the point. But
I didn't get that, just by the way.
Oh, good. I'll take that back. But yeah, that I remember getting home and just collapsing into bed and falling asleep straight away.
Yeah. Okay. I just remember another time, which is the other day when we played Dungeons and Dragons, and I was writing stories for people till like real early in the morning, and I was like, why did I do this? I could have just... Anyway, be prepared when you're coming to a Dungeons and Dragons game is all I'm saying, guys.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Anyway, this is... Okay, I've got one here from Amanda.
Okay.
She said, hey guys, lovely to hear your show this week. Very thought-provoking, especially since you talked a lot about sheep. I think I may have owned the world's strongest sheep at the time. Her name was Stella, and she could push through any fence, including electric fences. She was a very powerful sheep.
So if Trump ever builds that wall, take the sheep.
Get that sheep. But see, she said, I may have owned the world's strongest sheep. The point is, you don't know.
I thought the
think
point
that was
was
the point
she
of the
didn't know whether
question
she
last
owned it. I may have owned it. I don't know.
No.
It was around a lot.
No, I think that was just the point of the thought-provoking shower thought. You know, you could know the strongest sheep, but then maybe there's a stronger
How do you
one
know
out
about
there.
it? That's the point.
Anyway, I've had children, and although I haven't tried heroin, I forgot that we compared those two last week as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's weird, some of the hearing things in the harsh light of day
Yeah.
that we may have put to the listeners.
Yeah, okay. I've had children, although I haven't tried heroin, I have had morphine.
Okay.
I recommend the children over the morphine.
Ooh.
Their effects are longer lasting and they don't make you constipated. In brackets, well, not once they're born anyway. Sorry, that was probably TMI. But I really didn't like the morphine. It made my dream about giant spiders, and I think you're familiar with my feelings about large spiders, and it made me spew. Oh, wait a minute. Having children also made me spew.
Again, kind of stream of consciousness.
Again, once they were born, the vomiting stopped. So there's
Right.
that. You know what? I'm going to say morphine and children are like on par from that sort of, from that recount of your story. And we know that morphine is inferior to heroin, or so I'm led to believe. So
I don't want to shoot you down, Amanda, but you
Yeah.
haven't tried heroin, so your opinion is invalid.
yeah, I think you've almost in a way proved that heroin is better than children. Okay. Here's a question.
Okay.
What was your first car? What is your present car? What car would you really like to own?
Okay. My first car was a 1992 Nissan Pulsar.
Okay.
It was terrible. I think that might have been the car that you were there. It died in the intersection of a main road.
Wait, was it your car's?
Was that my Pulsar? I think it might have been. It's like a little grey Pulsar. No.
That was afterwards.
That was afterwards.
You owned a Ford or something.
Holden.
Holden, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Everyone outside Australia did not get that.
Yeah, it's a crappy little Nissan hatchback that died very
Okay. I think I remember pushing your car.
through like an intersection.
Yeah, through an intersection.
Yeah.
It was very close to your house.
It was, which is very convenient. Thank
Yeah.
God. That was my first car. It was not good.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Okay.
Sure. You don't want a car that was manufactured 2 years after you were born.
Yeah.
Just as a rule of thumb. Unless you're getting a car and you're like 10, which is an unusual thing to do.
Yeah. I suppose. That's
Don't
fine.
get a car that was manufactured 2 years after you were born.
Yeah.
The car I have now is a 2014 or 15 Kia Rio. It's pretty nice.
It's good.
But if I could get any car, I'd get a Tesla.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Because that was also my answer.
I just saw one the other day, Nelson.
Yeah.
And because I always think, Teslas are so cool.
Yeah.
And this car pulls up and they get out and the doors go up. Like they didn't go out like a regular door. They went up. I'm like, that's so cool.
Genius.
Yeah. Like a Lamborghini.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. Because, like, obviously we're not car people.
No.
But I like the electricity part of it.
And
I think is
I'm
cool.
a tech guy. And these are techie cars.
Yeah. And I think they do genuinely look pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know? So, yes, I also want a Tesla. But, so my first car was a 1990 Honda Civic. Mm-hmm. I now own a 2000 and something Honda Civic. And in future, I will probably just own another Honda Civic.
Well, may as well.
Because why not?
Why not?
It's done me all right.
You know it well.
Exactly. There's literally why, because I was like, that car lasted a long time from 1990 to like, I don't know, maybe like 2010, maybe even later.
You know what it's like? It's like that cliche of the businessman that leaves his wife for a younger version of his wife.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like another blonde woman that looks exactly like his wife used to look. That's what you're doing with cars.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Interesting. I don't care.
Little look into Nelson's psyche there.
Yeah, that's right. And And I'm probably not going to have enough money to ever afford a Tesla. So let's just
unless we get that Game of Thrones Blackmail money.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we've got that money coming in. That reliable source of income. So
Might have a look at some Teslas tomorrow.
yeah, I'll buy one outright. I'm good for this. I'll get a loan. It'd be funny going to the bank. What do you
remember?
What's your collateral? Well, I've got this great idea.
Remember as well, we have those free cars coming from Volvo.
Oh,
yeah,
you've got so many cars up our sleeve, really.
Jeez, all right. For new listeners, that'll make no sense.
Whatever. We don't.
We've got a way to get free cars. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for writing. Amanda had another question.
Okay.
Breaking the rules a little bit. She said, "What are we going to do for our 100th episode?"
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. All right. Thanks for writing in, Amanda and Rowan. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast @gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us at Facebook, at Twitter, and our subreddit. It's all READIT podcast.
Many bloody ways to get in contact with us.
It's hard not to.
You can knock on our door if you want.
In fact,
we're apartment 501.
You could throw a paper airplane out a window and it would probably
give it a go.
Hit us. Maybe. I don't know. We might have neighbors that listen. We don't know that.
Yeah. If you have any ideas for episode 100, do let us know.
Yeah.
We don't want to do much, but
strippers?
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
We'll personally just go to the strippers.
I kind of actually think that'd be really funny if we hired a stripper. And then we just did our podcast.
Why they
while she's dancing there.
Or he.
Yeah. We'll get one of each.
Oh, very good. What an ending to the show.
Okay. All right. Wait, subscribe and subscribe and rate us on things.
Yep.
I like that way I've decided of getting people to subscribe. We just sort of you just let the marks go dead for a second.
And then yell. Yeah, okay.
Subscribe! Anyway, thanks for listening, and we will read you later.